Welcome to the Real Board Loft. I'm Trip Forman, and today we have Gabe Macon at True Ames Fins. Gabe, let's talk about the True Ames Greenhough 4A and why it is probably one of the most popular fins out there.
Yeah, so definitely our best-selling fin, and I think for a long time, this fin has just been, synonymous with single fins and longboarding. And so really, I think it's just a really well-balanced fin, right? You have the wide base, narrow tip, little bit of flex. It just works in just about anything, right? So whether it's a nose rider, speed shape, the 4A kind of is where you want to be for a single fin. I call it like the benchmark of single fins. It just works in most boards. You can scale it kind of down small, throw it in with some side bites. Works great that way. Mid lengths, you got your probably 8, 8.5, 9s. All the way up to the 10.5, throw it in your longboard and nose ride it and still crank some turns. There's a ton of influence that George has had over surfing, fins, boards. Forever we still work closely with George on projects, and this fin is just kind of almost perfect, right? Like there's just not much more that you need in a single fin, and it works all the way from 6.5 to 10.5 in pretty much any board setup that you have.
Let's go through some typical kind of board scenarios. I'll just kind of throw some board designs at you, sizes, kind of surfer sizes, and then give us kind of the right sizing.
Okay.
In general, with this fin, do you want to oversize it, kind of true to size, kind of where do you see most people going?
Yeah,
in a 9-foot plus longboard, and they're putting that fin in there. What do you want to think as far as sizing up that fin and picking the right size?
So I always tell people, if you're more oriented towards, you want to be on the nose, you want to be forward on the board, size it up a little bit.
Okay.
It doesn't have a ton of tip area, but if you're kind of going to be on the back half of the board, I'd say if you're in a 9.4 longboard, 9.75 is the perfect size for your average size person.
Right.
Obviously, if you're lighter, you can go down a little bit, heavier, go up, but the kind of 9.75 in the 9.4 longboard range is kind of right where you want to be.
What about, we see a lot of people riding this fin 2+1. Where do you see the most popular size in the 4A with a 2+1, and what side bites would you pair it with?
Yeah, so
in a longboard.
I think if you're looking at kind of a performance longboard, you're going to be somewhere around the 7.5 range of 4A, and then the side bites. The larger you go on the side bites, the smaller you go on the center fin, the more kind of thruster feel it's going to have. If you go small on the side bites, a little bit bigger on the center fin, it's going to have a more of a traditional single fin feel. But yeah, I think on the performance longboards, a lot of mid lengths, 2+1s, you're seeing 7.5. Certainly drop it down to 6.5 and throw some 4-inch side bites in there and just kind of crank it.
What about mid lengths? Are surfers using the 4A with mid lengths in the 6'10" to 8-foot range? And if so, kind of what size are they using it? Both single fin and 2+1.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect, if you have a single fin mid length, I have my sea bucket that I ride an 8-inch 4A in it. So kind of, it depends on what you want to do. It depends a little bit on rider size. But if you're looking at something in the, let's just say 7.6, which is kind of an average mid length range, you're probably going to want an 8 to 8.5 in there.
Okay.
And then if you're going to have side bites, I probably would go to probably a 7, 7-inch, and then 3 and 3.7 side bites would probably be kind of where most people land.
What I like the most about that fin is it's super versatile, and so you can use it on a log in small days, but whether it be that same log or on a mid-length, when it's better waves and you're really going, the fin it's a fast fin as well. It could be a slow nose riding fin. It can also be a fast fin. It doesn't really hold up the speed of the board, like a fin with, more area to it, more chord to it, lower aspect. What is it that allows this fin to open up and fly?
I think it's just a combination of a wide base, narrow tip, and then just kind of a great foil to the fin and a little bit of flex is really, I think most people when they surf, they're going to feel bass on the fin. So that's what you're initially going to feel. Obviously, you have a narrow base, and you push on it, it may not feel like it responds as well, or you can generate enough drive. And so this fin with the wide base, you can kind of just push on it as hard as you want. And then, yeah, as you mentioned, kind of whether it's like kind of slower, mushier waves, or it's a bit more critical and the waves are standing up, it seems to kind of respond in either of those situations really well. You see guys riding it in kind of, whether it's like Malibu, perfect lined up Malibu, just on the nose all day, or in performance longboards that they're kind of cranking turns on.
Awesome, Gabe. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. For the viewers out there, it's the True Ames Greenhough 4A. If you have any questions or you'd like to place an order, you can always reach us at the shop, 252-987-6000, or look us up online, realwatersports.com/surfing. Thanks for tuning in.